Hello dear followers, hope you're doing fine. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this new video. Today we're going to explain the content of yearly planning. What is a yearly planning? What does it contain and how to apply it? So, a small, explicit, clear definition of yearly planning. It is an official document that all teachers must have. It contains the sequences, the objectives, the values, the competencies, the resources related to the level which is going to be taught during the academic year. So we're going to explain each point in details. So this is a fourth year yearly planning. What is its content? So we are going to find the term اللي هو الفصل. So term 1, term 2 and term 3. We're going to find the project. Here, for example, for the fourth year, we have 3 projects, 3 sequences, 3 projects. And you have to launch the project at the beginning of the sequence. And the pupils have to write something on their copybooks related to the project so that they remember it. Otherwise, they will forget it. Learning sequence, here you're going to mention the title of the sequence fully from the beginning to the end. Then you have in each sequence, you have the initial situation, you have the learning objectives, you have the resources which involve lexis, which is vocabulary, grammar, the language structures, pronunciation, and you have learning to integrate lesson and integration where they have to write something. So for the fourth year, you have for the term 1, sequence 1, as a beginning you launch the project. So you explain the project. It's very important to explain to your pupils the project because for them a project is something very big. It's something very complicated. So just try to simplify things for them. Alors هنا the projects our universal landmarks brochure. Donc تفهموا التلاميذ باللي في لافان تاع لا سيكونس لازم يخدموا مطوية فيها معالم تاريخية تاع البلد تاعهم وفيها quelques historical figures بعض الوجوه التاريخية. سيتو مطوية هما عندهم ديجا اون ايدي على المطوية باسكو داروها في دوطخ ماتيير جوست كيقول لهم بلي مطوية هي brochure. It doesn't matter if you explain to them in Arabic or in English. The most important thing is that they understand. Then you're going to design the groups. إذا هدرتوا على لو بروجي لازم تهدروا على لي جروب. ماشي تقولوا لهم يكتبوا بروجي في الكاي ومن بعد later I'm going to design the groups. No, you're going to split your classroom or your pupils into groups. You're going to design and the job or the duty of each member of the group. Voilà. And you have, c'est-à-dire when you design a group, you're going to make good pupils with weak pupils. It's very important to make groups of different levels. Then, when you design the groups, you're going to write them down in your notebook so that you remember. And they are going to be aware of their groups in order to start to plan and what to do in the project. Then you have the title of the sequence. Here is the title of the first sequence. In each sequence, you will find a situation, initial situation. You will find the learning objectives, the resources which involve vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, learning to integrate, and integration, which is written expression. In each sequence of any level, you're going to find all these points in your yearly planning. You have the initial situation. Initial situation is considered as a problem. You try to state a problem for your pupils. Here is my problem. I have to solve it by the end of the sequence. When I say problem, ماشي un problème, c'est-à-dire مشكلة. No, it's like when you put your learners in front of something that they have to resolve and they have to solve by the end of the sequence using what they have learned. So I advise you to write the initial situation clearly on your board, and the pupils are going to copy it down on their copybooks so that they understand what they have to do. Then you have the learning objectives of the sequence. Of course, there are more than one learning objective because there are going to be many lessons. So here, for example, I give you an example. For example, describe famous landmarks. So here, when you describe, you use adjectives to tell you that the objectives are highly related to the language structures. When you narrate, you're using past simple. When you compare landmarks, you use comparative and of equality and inequality. When you describe an itinerary, you are using directions, and so on and so forth. So here, the learning objectives are related to the grammar. So lexis, it means vocabulary. So what is the vocabulary that is going to be acquired during this sequence? The grammar, so we have the list of the grammar lessons, the pronunciation, and then you have learning to integrate, which precedes the integration lesson. So I learn to integrate, it's generally a group work, and integration, it's pair or individual work. So in the sequence, you have listening lesson, you have grammar lesson, you have pronunciation lesson, you have reading lesson, and you have a writing lesson. It's clear. You have to adapt your yearly planning. You don't have to rely on it blindly. Just adapt. For example, for the learning objectives, you choose a script which is related to the first learning objectives. You try to associate the lesson of grammar to this listening lesson to contextualize your grammar lesson, and then you tackle pronunciation. Vocabulary, of course, is going to be part of your listening and reading lesson. It's clear, but you have to be flexible. You have to be intelligent when you design your lesson plans. That's why I always advise you to read carefully your yearly planning in order to prepare effective lesson plans. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was useful. We'll meet inshallah in another video. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.